Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Missosology Beauty Talks. I am Drew, and I am joined by former Missosology correspondent and Mr. International Marketing Manager Stephen Diaz. And
Hi.
at this point, we are very glad to welcome our very special guest, the beautiful Miss Earth 2015 from the Philippines, Miss Angelia Ong.
Very beautiful.
Hi
Hi, Angelia.
guys! Hi Drew! Hi Stephen! And hello po
Hello.
sa lahat ng nanonood ng Missosology. It's an honor to be here tonight. It's actually my first time to have somehow like a sit down catch up interview with you guys. So, hello!
And thank you very
Hello.
much for taking time. I know you have a very busy schedule, gaya ng sinabi mo kanina when we were doing the briefing.
No, it's fine. You guys have reached out to me with ample time naman. I've already reserved this time for you guys. So I'm excited to spend a little bit of a catch up with our friends from Missosology and of course the pageant world. Medyo na pahinga tayo dyan ng konti eh.
Oh, yeah. That's true. That's true.
So, without further ado, ito na. Diretso na agad tayo sa iyong pag-look back ng kahit journey mo. So, I
Mm.
remember in some of your interviews, you mentioned that your dream before was to become a host. And,
Yes.
and at a young age, na-fulfill mo yung dream na yon. But at what point in your life did you realize na you wanted to become a beauty queen?
Well, I think I remember because our country is such a fan, or uh, we just love pageants, and especially Miss Universe. I remember growing up, um, having teased by my aunties, and me and my friends would like mimic, and we would like do catwalks in the province, trying to copy a, a beauty pageant, or like a performance for a pageant. But I never really thought that it was possible for me. Like I grew up in, like I mentioned, I grew up in Iloilo. I grew up in the province. Like I never really thought of it as a possibility, or like it was just such a long shot. Like it was a faraway dream that I didn't even allow myself to dream. But then as I grew older, and then I grew taller, and I always get teased like, why don't you try being a beauty queen? Ang tangkad mo naman. As, yun lang yung lagi. But I never really took it seriously until I think in 2011. Doon na ako parang there were already too many people who was encouraging me to try out. And so I did. I was like, wala namang mawawala. Why not? I'll try my best to join and take it as an experience, I guess. Because I remember when I did it, like sobrang zero knowledge, zero experience. I just went for the biggest crowns actually agad.
Oh, so you didn't have
Because that's
any
what.
experience like ginagyang queen or
No, it really wasn't an option for me before. Kasi nga, again, like I really didn't think of it as something that I could do. Although, yeah, again, at school I would get teased, and I do it for fun. It wasn't that serious for me. Like, I remember joining Mr. and Miss Intramurals, ganyan,
which high school did
or
you graduate nga pala in Iloilo?
Lakan at Lakambini ng Wika. I graduated in Hwasong College of Iloilo. It's called Hwasong College of Iloilo now, but it used to be Iloilo Central Commercial
Oh,
High School,
commercial college.
ICCHS.
Yeah,
So it's
sa
a Chinese
Ignat
school.
Street.
Is not correct, Stephen. alam na alam mo, ha?
I don't know, I studied in Iloilo for 2 years during elementary.
Oh, really? What
Yeah,
school?
Ed.
SPED?
Yeah. Get,
Oh,
get
malayo, parang
Luna.
Haro area kayo, no?
General Luna, actually, yung sex.
General, so
Sa
medyo mas
katabi lang ng
malapit na
University of
rin.
San Agustin.
Yeah. Oh, nako, kababayan pala.
Oh, pareho tayo Ilonggo.
So yon. So, answering your question,
Mhm.
again, like I've only took it seriously um when there were already enough amount of people who was really pushing me. Na parang, if
Mhm.
they can see it, like maybe I can try it. Kasi ano naman Sa Ilonggo tawag namin Arisgada, Balahaw.
Escada.
Arisgada, Gamay. I mean, like, there's no harm in trying. You'll never know unless you try, diba? So, I just tried it out. And here I am.
And at the same time, from a Chinese school, usually hindi sumasali yung mga girls from Chinese schools eh. Sa mga
Yeah, it really wasn't a thing. Like, it really wasn't, it really wasn't an option,
Tsaka
to
ang
be
gagaling
honest.
sa math. I'm pretty sure
Oh,
yours.
sila lang. Sakto lang ako. Sakto lang.
But,
Sakto.
you know,
But hindi ko namana yung galing sa math.
Sa Chinese commercial is already like genius sa mga public schools. So,
Pero yeah, I have to admit that Hwasong produces a lot of really good mathematicians talaga.
Yeah.
Like,
Very
we compete
famous talaga yun.
internationally. Pero hindi ako nasalo dun.
But at least you got one of
Hindi
the
yun
best
yung naging
educations
talent ko.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you mentioned
I'm
earlier.
very proud to be a product of Hwasong.
You mentioned earlier that in 2011 you joined Binibining Pilipinas with zero knowledge of what
Yes,
pageants,
that was my
what
first
pageantry
pageant,
is.
ha?
Huh?
And your first pageant,
Yes.
the top
And I
national pageant na agad.
hindi ko kasi
Kagad.
alam na may hierarchy eh. I was like, when I was being pleased to join, it was really for Binibini already. And I was like, okay, sige. I remember kasi I was working for GMA Regional TV. I was 17. And my bosses were telling me, you can pass as a beauty queen because my show was a travel magazine show. It was in Western Visayas and I had counterparts in Cebu, in Baguio. And my counterpart in Cebu, she was a successful beauty queen kasi. And then my boss in GMA was like, why don't you try? Like, I'll introduce you to her. And then I met her when she went to Iloilo. She's like, if you want to join, like, you need to leave now. Like, you have to go to Manila and train. And that's how I met Tito Rogel.
Okay.
So I became a KF. And then Binibini 2011 was my first ever pageant. So I don't even know how to put makeup on. I don't have enough heels. I don't have enough support even. I had more sneakers than heels. So it
But
really changed me. Pageantry really changed me. I for the better, of course. I didn't win in 2011. Although I won an award. I won as the
Face
face
of
of
Binibini.
Binibini Pilipinas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won that. But at least hindi tayo umuwing super luhuan. I got to bring home something for Iloilo because I represented Iloilo at that time. And they were very, very supportive talaga with the votes. That's why I got it. So yeah, it was a life-changing experience for me. I met one of my, not just one, few of my closest friends until now. One of them is Lady Lynn Riva.
Lady
I
Lynn.
think that time she represented a clan. So we got really close because we're both Bisaya or from Visayas, Ilonggo,
Okay.
Aklan. And we got along very well, became housemates at one point, and I was her maid of honor on her wedding. So I consider her as family na talaga. So it was such a beautiful experience.
2011.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
And
year,
Wala
yung
akong
ganda
kaalam-alam.
that's the
2011
year that produced 3 Binibining Pilipinas Universe or Miss
Universe.
That's
Universe.
true. I'm actually very proud
That
of my batch. We produced so many winners,
Mm.
and ano talaga,
produce a
you
Miss
got
World
them.
Philippines and a Miss Philippines Earth.
Yes, and Miss Earth.
Yes, and Miss Earth.
Grabe yun, 2011, ano? Tsaka
Yeah.
madugo yung
And it
labanan.
only means that walang patapon in our batch. It only means that my batch in 2011, we were really fighters, like, even though not everyone was successful to get a crown, but everyone eventually had the crown in the right time. Ano lang yan, panapanahon, weather nga lang daw, diba?
Yeah, just
So,
like Pia
that time,
Festival.
yeah, and that time I was very young. I didn't know much about pageantry. I didn't know how to take care of myself like how I take care of myself now. Like, I was very immature, I think. I
How old were
needed
you when you joined Binibining Pilipinas?
20,
20.
2021, yeah.
So you were
Because it
born
was
in
2011 eh. 1990 ako eh. So if it was
1990.
2011, it was before my birthday, I remember. So I was 20. Fresh from the probinsya.
Kasi if you were born in 1991, it's quite interesting kasi the last time that a girl from Iloilo to win the Binibining Pilipinas Universe crown was in 1991.
Was it? Who
Yeah,
was it?
Jeanette Abayari.
Anjanette Abayari, right? Yeah,
Yes,
no, but mine was 1990.
yes.
That's why it was actually it actually it was quite uh like a not naman a thing, but it was quite a talk of the town in Iloilo when I joined kasi nga it's been ages since there was an Ilongga who actively
Yes, and
joined a national pageant. And the thing is kasi like, pageantry is really not our thing in Iloilo.
I agree with that. Yeah.
It wasn't a big, thing yet then. Although we have
Binagyang and
Dinagyang,
uh,
Hiyas ng Iloilo, something like
mm,
that. We have a few, but it wasn't really, it wasn't that popular then.
mm,
But now, like, we send so many beautiful girls, and they're so lucky because like now,
support.
there's enough support na talaga.
Remember, Drew, whenever we have like polls sa dati-dati sa Missosology, kapag taga Iloilo yung nasa picture, ang dami palaging like
Yes.
and shares.
Kasi ngayon mas active na sila. Active na
The
sila. They're
Iloilo
more
Pride is
vocal.
actually is really very visible on Facebook, social media.
Mm. And iba, I always say this, like, iba magmahal ang Ilonggo. Grabe talaga. Like, support from start to finish. Like, that's why I won. For me, it's not just me That's why I won the face of Binibini during my time in 2011. Kasi that was text votes So, sino pa ba ang
Yes.
magte-text for me?
Buong Iloilo
I
province.
remember the former mayor then would ask during flag ceremonies to vote for me in the morning. As in, it was fun. Because I asked for help mga latter part na. Because I didn't know that you can actually ask help from your local government. I only found out when the other contestants already have like supports from their respective cities. And I was like, pwede pala yan. And then, so I asked latter part na. So if only I asked right away when I was just starting it, I'm pretty sure the support would have been bigger. But nonetheless, I'm so thankful. I'm really thankful.
Sa mga taga Iloilo, dila madaming salamat sa inyo na support.
Oo, damo gid na salamat. Wala gid ko lipatan sa mga pinalangga ta nga mga kasimanwa.
Yeah. And then you joined Miss Manila in 2014, and then after that, Miss Philippines Earth in 2015. So, and when you joined Miss Philippines Earth, mas may experience ka na. So, what were
Kahit pa
the
paano,
lessons?
yes.
So, what were
No,
the
'cause
lessons na bit mo from your previous experiences in Binibini and Miss Manila na
I think I
na-apply
was
mo na
more
Miss Philippines?
I think I was more mature na kasi because I joined in 2011 and then Miss Manila was 2014. So I had 3 years. 3 years of not joining anything. It's because I really, I got pressured. I really wanted to finish my studies. Yun yung naging goal ko I wanted to go back to school because I feel like I was hilaw pa. Alam mo yun, like hindi pa, parang kulang pa. I felt like um, I still need more things to learn. Yeah, I guess so. Because I was a little naive when I was younger. I didn't know better. Um, it was very talaga. It was well in 2014 kasi since in those 3 years I dedicated like I was a working student also. So parang I felt like I gained more experience, more knowledge, and I I'm becoming more of a woman na. Kasi dati, I felt like I was just a girl. Like, I know naman na, um, I know that I have more things to offer then, but it's just that I know also that I fell short because I really didn't understand the world of pageantry
Mm.
then. Everything was new to me. Everything was new to me. So yeah, in 2014 and 2015, that time I already know what I want. I already know my priorities. So my the way I see life is different. So and I think I carried that on stage already. And
Benefit of
I mean,
our viewers, Angelia. Is it right?
mhm.
Am I pronouncing your name right? Because
Angelia, yes, correct. Oo.
kasi
Others kasi, yeah,
mababash,
I know. I
mababash
know.
naman ako ng mga viewers pag mali yung pronunciation.
No, but I'm used to it. That's like other people really can't pronounce my name well.
Yeah,
It
just like my
becomes
name as well, Stephen, Stephen,
Angelia,
Steven. So
Angeli.
it's okay, totally okay. But anyway,
So
Angelia.
ano ba dapat, Stephen? Stephen.
In the Philippines, people call me Stephen. Here in Japan, I'm being called Stefan. Kasi mas easier
Stefan.
sa Japanese tongue.
Oh, you're in Japan right
Yes,
now.
I live in Japan. I've been
So
living here for 20 years.
lucky. I see. Where in Japan?
Almost, I work in Tokyo, but I live in Saitama. So, baka
Okay.
sasabihin na naman ng mga fans na akong pinag-uusapan din. Ikaw ang dapat okay.
Remember, I wanted to be a host before, so this is me
for the benefit
applying.
of our
But
for the benefit
kidding
of
aside.
what was your major in college? Kasi like for us, we already know, but we would rather like hear it from you.
I finished marketing management in the La Salle College of St. Peniel. I actually finished it the same time I had my reign as Miss Earth. So
Drew has an interesting
I
question about that
remember.
later on.
Yes. Sige, I'll let you ask me about it later then. But yeah,
So
I
going
finished
back,
marketing management.
All right. Good. Thank
so
you.
going back to Miss Philippines Earth, I remember that during the finals, you were the first one to be called during the Q&A.
Oh
And then
yeah.
the question was not an environmental question. So you were asked about your stance on same-sex marriage. So what was running through your mind back then na parang, this is
I
an
was shocked.
environmental pageant. Diba?
Yeah, I was really shocked. Like I was not prepared for that. Of course, I prepared for something environmental. Like,
Mhm.
I had to study difference between El Nino and La Nina. And the the phenomena and of course global warming. I was prepared to answer those questions, but I was really really shocked to my core when that question was asked to me because it was so sensitive. It's not something that we get to talk about comfortably yet at that time
That's true.
because
Very
I
polarizing
think
then.
yeah, and I think the only reason that that question was even a selection or an option is because I think I just couldn't remember what exact country it was. I think it was a European country. I think they were the first one to allow same-sex marriage. So I think that's the reason why it was part of the list of
The
questions.
questions.
But it was really hard to talk about that issue that time because, well, aside from our country being a very
Very
Christian
conservative Catholic.
country, Catholic nation, only you know Christian nation in Asia, um, and as well as it's not even allowed in the U.S., one of the most liberated countries in the world.
Yeah,
So
it depends on
it
the
was
state.
very challenging. Like I felt my insides turn upside down, but I needed to answer the question and I needed to answer it fast. And that's why in my head, my mind was like it's speaking so fast
Mhm.
that it couldn't even that happened to me na in Miss Manila. It happened to me also. Like in my head, I was saying things already, but my mouth could not keep up.
Mm.
Like I thought I already said it, but when I see my video or like when I review later on, I was like, oh my god, like that's not what I meant. Like like that's not what I wanted to say. Like in my head, I said a lot of things, you know.
Mm.
So that's why if you review like my answer there, like I lacked one word, and I didn't even know until like 4
Same.
a.m. when I was back in the hotel room, and I was, because I have this thing that I'm a little shy to look or listen to myself, like in
Mhm.
videos or in recording. Like medyo nahihiya ako na like, oh, that's me.
Pero ano yung
But
nawawalan?
I had to kasi everyone was tagging me already. No, because the question, like, it was like, do you believe in same-sex marriage? And then I
Same-sex marriage.
answered, and apparently I wasn't saying same-sex marriage. I was just saying sex marriage. I forgot the word same
Mm.
twice. So after that, actually, I got asked again, like, we just want to clarify. Did you understand the question? Did you actually understood that it was same-sex marriage, or were you pertaining to like sex before marriage? I was like, no, I understood same-sex marriage. I was not confused at all with, with that. But
Mhm.
well, it's okay.
So hindi kayo
God
binigyan
still
ng
gave me the crown.
questions beforehand, Angelia?
No, no,
Ah.
that never happens. No, you cannot. It's really, that's why it's, it gives you this different kind of adrenaline. It's really gonna pump your heart fast because you don't know, and the question could be really anything under the sun, and that's what makes the Q&A beautiful as well. The challenge, because if you already know the questions, and what's the fun, where you take the fun out of it already.
Mm.
That way you could express
Pero
yourself
sobrang hirap.
better, I guess.
I don't know if
After
Yeah.
yung
Eh,
Miss
di-
Universe
you
yeah.
really thought ba
USA,
that we were given questions? Nako,
I
I
think Miss
wish.
USA, I remember in one of the videos of Shandy and Susie, they
Mm-hmm.
said something na binibigyan mo ng question. They were given some long list of questions that they will be asked during
For
the
Miss Philippines?
I think Miss
Miss
USA
USA.
or Miss and even
Oh,
Miss
maybe
Universe.
that's Miss USA, but in Miss Philippines and Miss Earth itself, you're never given a
What about Binibining
question.
Pilipinas? Were you
No,
given?
no.
Pero mahirap talaga. It's really very difficult
Yeah.
battle talaga sa
Yeah,
Pilipinas.
I wish I had the chance to answer a question in Binibini, but well, I'm a newbie.
Yeah. After answering that polarizing question from MPE, did you feel na baka hindi ka manalo? Or were you still confident na the crown is yours?
I was really scared because out of the 10 girls, I was the first one to be asked. So I needed to be super good so the judges won't change their mind.
Mhm.
I didn't get to hear everyone's answer because after my part, I rushed backstage to change my gown because I didn't want the other designer to make tampo that I didn't
Mhm.
wear her gown. Because I don't know if you've noticed, my long gown competition and my Q&A gown was different from my
Different.
coronation gown. It
Yes.
was gold first, and then I wore the white one. Because originally the white gown was for our opening number, but we couldn't dance with the long gowns. So last
Mhm.
minute, the day before, they made us look for a white dress instead.
Mm.
So the designer that made my long gown for me, I felt bad for her that we were so excited. I promised her that I'm gonna wear that, and then all of a
Mhm.
sudden I could not wear it. So what I did, I took the risk of like rushing backstage and wear another gown so that I know that I was gonna make it, but I wasn't sure then if I'm gonna be the the main winner
The
because I
winner.
have not heard the next girls, because there's 10 girls who will be asked. So five, and I was the first one, and then there's a break, and then the next five, and it'll be the next five. So yeah, but I know that I know I had a pact. I had a personal pact with God. Actually, I said like, like if He gives me this um um title, if He gives me this title, then it means it's for me, and I want to win the international na. That was
Mhm.
my deal. But if I don't, it means I'm bound for another pageant.
Uh, yeah, and then it happened na you
And
were
then it
crowned by the
happened.
reigning Miss Earth, Jamie Haran.
Yes,
So,
yes.
na-feel
Like
mo na ba agad yung pressure na parang, oh my God.
for sure, 100%. It right away I felt the pressure because like it's never been done before. Like how could you win a back to back just like that? Like
Uh-huh.
it was again a long shot for me to try, but I was always hopeful. I'm a very
Mhm.
positive person. I always look into the brighter things. I always see good in people, and I know that I was gonna give a fight talaga. I was gonna fight for it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
how did you prepare for the 2015 competition of Mr.? So what were the things na you
Oh
had to
my
change?
god.
Mga ganong bagay.
At first, even when I was still competing for Miss Philippines Earth, I wasn't working out. That's the thing. Because I don't know how to do this workout. I don't understand that. But when I had to train for Miss Earth, the international pageant, I remember some fans are comparing my long hair, my long straight black hair, to Miss Colombia's long straight back hair, but they chose a swimsuit photo of the both of us. So they put us like in one photo beside each other, and she had like super gorgeous body with six packs abs, and I was like, I was this like girl with a you know chubby baby fat spa. So I was like, oh my god. I was like, I know they're comparing the hair, but you can't also help but compare the body. So I was like, if I really wanna give really give it my all, then I also have to um give importance to building your fighting form, kumbaga.
Right.
So yeah, I did train for that. That was the few of the changes, but I naturally lost weight and I was so lean. I was so thin. I think I was only 49, 48, 49 kilos
Wow.
that
Oh.
time. That time. And I didn't even intend to diet or anything. It was just because of the training, late night trainings. Um,
Pressure.
yeah. Well, pressure is always there naman. But yeah, the training was tough. But I
Okay.
appreciate it. It really
Mhm.
helped me a lot because my competition was far away, so I had to do things in advance.
Yeah. And you're the second Miss Philippines Earth to compete outside the country. So
Yes.
siguro most Miss Philippines had it easier kasi pag nandito sa Pilipinas, the help is always there. Parang madali lang. So
Yeah, it's
how hard was it
accessible.
competing for you in
Oh my
Austria?
god, it's really tough because imagine I was scheduled to stay there for at least 6 weeks, because the competition was a month, but I arrived a week early to settle in with the weather because it was November. So it's really cold. And lamigan ako, I'm an island girl. And also, I set 1 week after the competition. I set 1 week because I was like, I'm gonna win. no, no,
Yes,
but kidding
really.
aside, I wanted to tour around Europe because it's my first time to go to Europe. Then I remember like I really wanted to go to Paris, but when I was in Europe, kasi when I arrived in Vienna, that trip was already canceled because that was also the same year that the Paris bombing happened. So I didn't feel that it was, the right time for me to enjoy Paris and not it's gonna be like a very sad atmosphere. So I respected that. And I also won, so I stayed in Vienna for another week to do all of my duties as the winner as well. So yeah, those were just the preparations. It was really tough because people think that because you're Miss Philippines, um, and the pageant is from here, they think that it's easy for you, but it's not. First and foremost, unlike the other girls who have their national directors from their respective countries, I don't have that. Like my national director is already the owner of Miss Earth, and they're very fair. um, I'm just really thankful that I have Kagandang Flores team with me, Tito Rog with me to help me out with the gowns, the preparations. Um, but when I was there in Vienna, like I could not ask the Philippine team openly if I need something because they're very careful not to make other girls feel like they have favoritism. I remember crying on the day of the coronation day for rehearsals. I ran to Tita Lorraine and cried. And she's like, "What are you doing? Like, you should go back because people are looking at us. They might think otherwise." I was like, "Sorry, Tita. I just needed because it was just too much. Like I just because that was the day I was like, oh my god, like today is the day, and whatever happens today, like I don't have plans kasi like I don't have other plans except for this. Like, what if those were the times that I had doubts? Like, what if I don't make it? Like, what's next? I don't know what's next. There's nothing for me because I was just so focused on winning and on representing the country. So it was really tough, and I only had for at least 6 weeks that I was there. I only had three maletas with me,
Mhm.
including my including my national costume,
National
and that national
costume.
costume was really huge. So it already occupied one maleta. So I only had two maletas or two luggages for everything. So that was also challenging.
Mhm. And another challenge I think na na-experience nyo in Vienna is it was the edition of one of the
It's
most
so cold.
controversial. Yeah. Oh, aside
Yeah, was
from
it?
the weather, it
Hmm.
was one of the most controversial. I'm not gonna mention na kung ano yung mga lumabas na issue back then. So, how did you manage na
I
i-balance
just
yung
managed to.
criticisms
I
and then yung ginagawa mong preparation back then?
The thing is,
Number one yung food.
yeah, no, it was such. The thing is, Europe has a different
Vibe.
um I mean,
Iba
so they're
talaga.
all about
Lifestyle.
bread.
Hmm.
Ah,
They're no like
Galing
so
nga.
there was always bread. But well, we Asians, we love rice.
Hmm.
We love food. Like in the Philippines, diba? Like when we host, like we really go all out. We have feast. There, it's not the same.
Potatoes, breads, schnitzel,
Yes,
and yeah.
yes. So that became a little bit of an issue. But I mean, the thing is, I feel blessed that I was Filipino somehow because because I remember I went there a week early, so I started already touching base with the Filipino community
Mhm. Malaki yung
because I need someone to like cheer for me.
to make you feel home.
So yeah, at home and adjust. Like I had the Ilonggo community and I had the Filipino community. So I reached out to them and got in touch with them, and yeah, they I always had food. Like our fridge, like I had three other roommates, like our fridge was overflowing with food. So that food was never a problem, at least for me, or at least in my room.
Who were your
Because there
roommates
was
actually?
just it was Peru, Portugal, and Romania.
Mm.
So us four, like we're good. Like even the Ilonggo community, when they visit me, they bring food to me because they would ask me like, "Oh, is there any request that you want us to cook for you?" And I was like, "I need adobo. I need the Filipino taste already." So they'd cook adobo, they'd bring it to me, but they'd also bring like bunch of sandwiches for everyone, for the girls. So imagine 90 plus sandwiches
Sweet
to give to
nila.
the other girls. So that's just Pinoy hospitality. That's how we are. So those were that I really didn't see that as like a hurdle for me, honestly,
Ah,
for me at least. Um,
yung
I
weather
think
lang talaga.
the challenge was the weather because I'm a sun girl.
Mhm.
I was freezing. I got sick actually. I got sick when I was competing. Di lang halata to be
Oo,
tough.
hindi halata.
But I got sick. I got sick there. I had fever and stuff. But well, the Filipino community, when they found out, they're so fast.
Uh,
All of a sudden, I have a pharmacy in my room. So I was
and you
asking, like,
also
who else is sick
made
there?
you also made a lot of friends, and you were actually named Miss
Yes.
Friendship.
I know. Like they said, actually, it was a surprise though for a Filipino to win that. Kasi they were
Mhm.
saying like usually, ironically, even though we're known to be hospitable people, but the Miss Friendship wasn't really like a strong or like like the Filipino girl doesn't really win that
When
much
was the
in
last
Miss
time that a
Earth.
Filipino have won a Miss Friendship in
I
major
can't.
tournament? I think si,
I
si Daisy Reyes na siguro, like when she won Miss
I think
Personality
so.
1996, was it? After that, I don't remember any Filipino winning.
Si Angelia na.
Angelia na after.
Oo. And kasi, with Miss Earth, di ba, merong medals, there's gold, silver, and bronze. I'm not
Bronze.
sure if I won, I think I won bronze. Once. But it was good enough. I mean, like, it was, pero kinabahan ako kasi sabi nila may sumpa daw ang Miss Friendship.
Hindi nag-replace.
Sabi nila, pag Miss Friendship ka daw, like, kabahan ka na. So, medyo kinabahan ako lang sa but the thing is, kasi that's why, like, I feel like the girls were comfortable around me. Kasi usually,
Mhm.
when they see a Filipino candidate, it's already automatically a threat in any pageant.
Hmm.
Like, they always check out, because we are a powerhouse. We embrace that. It's true. Like, we are a powerhouse. So they always look for, like, ooh, who's the Filipina
And
candidate this
Jamie was the
year?
reigning queen at the same time.
And she was, yeah. So the thing is, kasi, I didn't feel, I think they didn't feel much um threat. I was really friendly. I share my food, share everything, and they were because Jamie was the winner. Like they didn't think like, come on, it can't be another Filipina, like. So they were really nice to
We
me.
thought the same thing
It
as
was
well. Sorry to say
reciprocated.
it.
Uh-huh.
Sorry to say it, but at the same, kami rin, ako personally, I was also
No,
thinking,
it's fine.
they gonna crown another Filipino. Kasi nga, remember Sandra Seifert? Na halos
Yeah,
perfect nga siya, di ba? Pero hindi
yeah.
pa rin pinanalo. Kaya sabi ko, I wasn't really that sure na magkakaroon ng back-to-back during that time.
I was also lucky because mine was in Europe. And
Mhm.
I was really tan when I went there. I was tan. I was this girl with jet black, straight
Straight
hair.
hair.
I was Asian, like I stood out very
Yes.
much. And I don't know if you noticed, everyone was curling their hair. I maintained my straight hair. Actually, I got bashed even. Like, ano ba yan si Ong, straight na naman ang buhok. So that was the only time like I tried curling my hair. But I don't feel most beautiful with it kasi. And it takes a lot of effort. I had really long hair. So my roommate would like set her hair in the evening, like what, an hour before sleeping, and then she has to wake up earlier than all of us to like set it, like to set the curls again. And
Mhm.
like it takes a lot of work. And the thing is kasi it's exhausting. The pageant is exhausting. So those are like the extra time that I could have extra sleep. I took it. So it only takes 30 minutes or less to fix my hair, and I was ready to go.
Planchahin mo lang,
So
ano?
yeah, and the thing is kasi I know although I'm very friendly with everyone, but I'm very observant also.
Mhm.
I spot like who do I think is my competition, because the biggest competition is myself, that's for sure. But of course you need to also assess the girls around you, like this is her strength, this is her weakness, where can I improve, can I adapt
Totoo
this.
yun.
I was really thinking. I was competing still. I enjoyed it, but I know in my heart that I was also competing.
Who
So
were
I
those
know that
girls who you
everyone was
think
gonna
were your
ah
competitions?
Ano mo gusto kinabahan ka?
um, um there was one that I cannot forget kasi. Do I need to say it ba? I've never said it in the past
Sige
but
lang, sinabi
but
rin
the thing
namin.
is
Tapos naman na.
kasi
It's been 5
but the thing
years.
is kasi she didn't get through the final 10.
Mhm.
Final 8?
I think she got final. Yeah, final 8. She didn't make it to the final 8. I was really expecting her to make it because I really saw her as a serious competition, at least
Miss
for me.
Mongolia ba?
Yes. I didn't know she was on your list, no.
Oh, because I was the one who convinced her to join Miss Earth.
Oh, really?
She's
I
from our
love
pageant. She's from Miss
Bella.
International.
Yeah, I
She's from
love Bella. I really found her beautiful, and she's so queenly. She speaks many languages as
She does. She
well.
does. She does.
Um, I love her outfits. Every time she comes out, like she's just like I always look forward to what is she gonna wear today because it's like so traditional and it's so different. And I really expected her to make it. I
We were
said like,
actually
oh my,
very
so
sorry.
I'm so sorry to say this, but when she didn't make it to top it, I was like, oh my god, one down. Because I really thought I was like, oh my god, why? The first thing was like, why is she not part of top 8? But also a part of me is like, oh my god, like that's a big, like I can breathe a little. It's not
Medyo
like I don't
relief.
see others as a yeah, it's a relief
Because
for
her
me
her
personally because
echo
I
video was
interact
connected,
with
di ba?
her. Oh my god, her echo video as well, and she's an actress. She's in
Yes.
the Marco Polo series of
Series
Netflix.
of Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, she was an actress also. Like sh- like she was just like packaged beautifully, and she's also very nice. I
Mhm.
love how she speaks. There's just it's she's too good. She's
Mhm.
really good. I wish her well.
Yeah. And talking about the final, so yung top 8 na kayo, it's the Q&A. And your Q&A back then became so iconic na kapag nasabi yung phrase na we will because we can, ikaw agad ang maaalala.
Me.
Yes. So
Yeah.
at that point, were you confident na it's gonna be a back to back after
Honestly,
you nailed
no.
that question? Really?
Honestly, no. But I do know that I'm gonna make it, but I'm just not sure which one because again, there's still other girls who's gonna be
Uh-huh.
asked. But anything like anything could happen there because I was up with very beautiful women, and the Latinas are still there, and they're goddesses.
Venezuela,
Venezuela
Chile,
was there, Chile.
Brazil,
Chile was there, Brazil was
Colombia,
there,
yung
Colombia was
kino-compare sa'yo.
there. Yeah, the hair lang naman.
Uh,
um, yeah, so I was like, oh my god, like you really. I remember when they're already announcing. When they're announcing for, I think the first one that they announced is what? No,
water, fire,
fire,
Fire.
fire.
Brazil.
So when they were announcing fire, I was like, I was smiling. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I was smiling and I was like, Lord, I was talking to God the whole time. As Lord, this is not like don't call me yet. This is not the title that I want yet. So please don't say Philippines. So and then they said Brazil. I was like, okay, good. And then water was announced. It was USA. I was like, okay. This is and then when air was announced and it was Australia, I was like, oh my God, Lord. I was like, don't tell me not even a crowd. I still had a little bit of a doubt. I was like, Lord, come on. Hindi pwedeng wala. Wala talaga ako, Lord. Sabi ko, ang totoo, wala ba ako dyan? Sabi ko. And then when they said, because you know, there's still a lot of girls. Like, you still have Chile there. You still have Venezuela there. You still have Colombia
Colombia.
there. And I was like, oh my God. Like,
Austria was not really.
grabe, wala talaga.
Austria nasa top
No.
8 yun, di ba?
Yeah, she was. She was. Yeah, she
Siya yung
was.
siya yung
But I
reason.
wasn't worried na kasi I heard na the answers by that time. But the thing is kasi it could be anybody's ball game. But when they didn't announce kasi Austria in the other crowns, because I just feel like that time um like uh like I think her name was Sophie.
Yep.
I didn't think that Sophie was strong enough to get the main title that time.
Mhm.
Anyone could be naman Miss Earth. Pero I mean like the performance wise lang. Of course, we get to see kasi behind the scenes also. And I'm pretty sure the other girls also like study each other, you know. So yeah. But
Actually,
she
to
was
be
very
honest,
nice.
siya yung reason kung bakit I was so upset na hindi nakapasok si Bella. Bella's my friend actually. Of course, if
Mm,
you're friends with
mm, mm.
someone, syempre you have that
It's
sentimental
a home. I think it also comes with a little bit of home court
yeah,
advantage.
advantage. Siya yung reason kung
Um,
Agree.
bakit nagalit ako. Bakit wala si Bella? Tapos, and I was like,
Nag-ultimong fans nun eh.
yeah.
Yeah,
ha?
so going back, Angelia, so yung moment na you were standing next
Tinawag
to
na ako.
yung
Di
mga
ba
tinawag
pangit
na
ko
yung mga
nanalo?
Amazona, tapos tinawag ikaw. So, hindi ka na
Haba ng
nakagalaw.
hair ko.
Oo. Hindi ka
Oo,
na
kasi I
nakagalaw.
was
You
like,
were just so shocked.
if you're gonna look at my crowning moment, medyo hindi ko siya super share doon. Kasi nga, it had many faces of Angelia. Like I had a moment like I was ugly crying like, like that. I remember like I was doing that, and then when it took my hand, I was like,
Mm.
Okay
and
lang
then
yun.
after that, I was shouting also, shouting. I was putting the trophy up, and then I think the the moment that I actually accepted already that I was the winner is when Jamie was trying to put another crown. And
Mhm.
you will see it in my face. I saw it as like I can still remember how I felt when she was putting it on my head. And you can see from the transition of my face. I was like when she put it there, I was like, yes.
Kinikilabutan ako ngayon kasi naaalala ko yung video.
Di
And
ba?
I
Nakita
remember
mo yung
Jamie was also so emotional when she was putting the crown on you.
yes. You know, Jamie really played a part also when I was in Vienna because I had no one to talk to there. I had again the pressure was on and I wasn't winning enough medals. I feel
Mhm.
like I there were competitions there uh, um the pre-pageant competitions that I feel like I thought I'd win this one. I'd win this round. There was one particular the national costume round. It was the first time that the Filipinos were, I mean, the audience was accepted to watch.
Mhm.
So there were a lot of Ilonggos Filipinos, and my mom arrived kasi from the Philippines. So I wanted to win it so bad. It was just so perfect, a gift to the
Yeah.
Filipino audience. Kasi it's in a museum eh. So when you go there, you have to pay kasi. So ang daming
Mhm.
Pinoy na pumunta. So I just wanted to make sure that hindi masayang yung
Binayad nila.
time nila, effort nila, and the payment. Like I wanted to give it to them so badly, and I wanted to make my mom so proud because she just arrived. And then the thing is, there's a story to it because my costume was so beautiful. It's what it was like. I was wearing snow.
This
I
one with the
felt like I
parasol,
was
diba?
yeah. I felt like I was so expensive. I really felt like I was in Europe, a Filipina in Europe. Tapos, what happened was even the girls, like even the candidates were telling me like, I really love your costume, you will win this one. And so in my head I was like, yes, I'm gonna win this, I'm gonna win this. So on Asia part na, they're announcing my continent, the winners of my continent. And I was like, bronze was called. I was like, oh, okay, maybe silver. Because the thing is, the when you change your clothes, it should be on the second floor. But what I did, people were couldn't stop taking photos with me. So I didn't go upstairs anymore. I was like, it's okay. I'm not gonna go up anymore because I'm gonna win anyway. So I'm gonna go to the stage anyway. So it's not gonna be, I'm not gonna hindi ko na papahirapan yung sarili ko. Parang that was my that's what I was thinking. And then when they announced silver and then when they announced gold, my heart shrunk. And then I had to run upstairs to pack everything because the bus is gonna leave. And then I felt so sad and so bad that I didn't get to make the Filipinos happy, and my mom was there and she didn't see me win. And I was like, I feel like I did everything. Until the next day, I didn't even put, there was this next challenge, the cooking challenge, that I didn't even put makeup on because I was crying that night. That night,
Mm-hmm.
my roommate doesn't know, but I was really hurt that I didn't win. And I went to the bathroom to cry, like silent cry, just so that I could let it out. And then when I went back to bed, because you also have a bedmate, and I cried myself to sleep. I woke up. The first thing I did was still cry. It was just like I was already in a bad place. Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what am I missing? Like, why am I not winning any more medals? Like, I was just, all of the self doubt was there. And then um I remember, I think it was Al, the photographer for
Photographer.
um I forgot which pageant media it was. It wasn't Missosology, no. I think it was another pageant portal or media. He was taking photos. He was covering, and then he saw me, and then he saw me, like, he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, I didn't answer, and I was just looking at him, and it looked like I was about to cry again. And then he went to Jamie, and then told Jamie, like, our candidate is not fine. Like, Philippines is not okay. I think you should talk to her. And then Jamie asked me, because she couldn't show affection. She cannot show like she has favoritism. But she was like, Miss Philippines, I need to talk to you. She just did that, and then we went to the banyo. We went to the girls' restroom, and she didn't have to say anything. I just cried to her. And then she was telling me about her journey as well, like how she became Miss Earth, and she was just really comforting me because as I felt so bad. And eventually, while we were still in the bathroom, I remember one of um the team leaders were looking for me. And it's like, Philippines, we've been looking for you. I was like, why? And then I was told that I got requested by the general manager of Hilton Hotels to be part of the group photo, for them, for their file, that they sponsored Miss Earth. And
Mm-hmm.
I felt right away, I was like, oh, that was like the spark of hope. I was like, oh my god, like, actually one of the major sponsors is looking for me. It's like me, Miss Philippines, and then and there, I regret not putting makeup on. But the thing is, I regret not putting makeup. But I was there, and that was the when I got back my mojo somehow. I was like, no, I can do this. Like, there's still someone who believes in me. Like, and then after that, I was back on track, basically. But yeah, it's the small things, drama
That's an,
behind.
that's an interesting story. Hindi namin alam
Yeah,
lahat.
I haven't really shared that publicly. Mostly like just like intimate people talking to. But yeah, that was really, that was I remember that day. It's like yesterday.
So we have
Mhm.
to remind our audience here that Miss Earth doesn't play favoritism at all. Because if
No.
there is favoritism, it would have been like a walk in the park for the delegate from the Philippines. When
Yeah.
she competed. I think it's also the same sentiment shared to us by Karen when she competed in 2017. 17, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 17.
Because she said that it's really very hard to become Miss Philippines because your national director could not
Help you.
directly help you
Yeah.
during the
Because
pageant.
we basically don't have,
Yeah, you don't
we
have
we
like
we, we, can, we
you're
can't.
there, but during the international pageant, you're on your own.
Yeah, it's like Miss Philippines also. Miss Philippines are like,
Mm.
you're really on your own as well. But don't
Mhm.
get me wrong, like,
You can help
carousels,
once you
they
prefer.
can care.
prefer.
Yeah, if you really like badly need help,
Mm.
they do naman. They will help you naman. It's like, for example, like say like, oh, I don't have an extra gown or something. Of course, they will call someone to help you.
Yeah.
Um,
I can say that from the point of view of Miss International rin kasi because we also organize the Miss International Japan competition and we have the girl
mm,
whom we of course send to this contest, and she is the Miss Japan, and we are also like the national director, basically.
Yes, correct. Mm-hmm.
So parang ganun rin. That's the same relationship. Like hindi naman, not totally na pinapabayaan namin sila. Like there's not
There's
abandoning them, but
I
they're on
think
their
there's
own
a
rin.
there's pros and cons to it also.
Yeah.
The cons is like, well, that you can't really like directly ask anything and like on the spot,
Mhm.
because they're very careful of not getting tagged, because they're it's very Miss Earth is very, very fair. Um the pros would be like you have freedom. You have freedom
To choose
to
your choices.
package yourself or market yourself um, in your liking, or it's more, if you want it more you, and that's the best.
And now at this point, I want to talk about your reign. So when you won Miss Earth, you were a subject to a lot of criticisms,
Oh yeah, my
and
god, the moment I
there
won.
were a lot. There were a lot of criticisms. But ano sa mga criticisms na yun yung pinaka nasaktan ka, and how did you bounce back from those criticisms?
I'm trying to remember if there's anything too impactful. But the thing is, kasi when I won, of course, like the first criticisms would be, oh, it's rigged. Like,
Mhm.
she's Philippines, of course, she's gonna win. And I was like, but that didn't really affect me that much, because I know that I really worked hard for it. And I have facts to back it up, because, you know, my judges was 90% um, foreigners. The only Filipino in that panel was Tita Lorraine. She always gets a seat naman yearly. And these people who the judges are um, department heads of their respective departments in the United Nations. They're very respectable. And I found out after I won, Tita Lorraine actually told me that um, I was already really a favorite of the judges, because I meet the judges before the coronation night for the one-on-one, the closed door interview. It's the same people, mostly, if not all. It's the same people who also judges you on coronation. So they know you in and out. They know you with makeup, without makeup. They'll see through you, and you have their interview. And I was told that it was a unanimous decision. I mean, well,
Decisions.
not it wasn't unanimous. Let me correct that. It was majority. I was number one in the closed door interview. So, but I only found out about that after winning
After.
already. Like, oh, like they mentioned, like, you were already really the judge's favorite during the closed door interview, because you were number one when they added all of the points. So yeah, criticisms. What else? Well, it was also tough that it was the same year that Miss Universe also won.
Mhm.
So I think that's the one who like affected me a little, because like people can be harsh sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
it's okay.
you didn't have a homecoming parade.
I didn't because when I arrived home, there was a typhoon. Can you imagine? The day I arrived, it was raining hard, and
Yeah.
then I was told, because after a week, I won also. And then I was told, because Manila, it was supposed to be Manila who's gonna arrange it for me, and I was told that, well, because our mayor then was also the president mayor, so I was told that maybe they'll do a joint parade for me and Tia in Manila, at least in Manila. But the thing is, the schedule mixed up, and eventually mine never happened na. But it's okay. I mean, it's still a good problem in a sense. Na. I'd rather have that problem than not win. So
And
yeah.
now, I remember during your reign, Missosology wrote an article about you, and it was titled "Angelia Ong is Exceeding Expectations." Because I remember
Wow.
during that year, maraming sinasabi yung mga tao na Ay, yung Philippines yung nanalo. Hindi na yan may invite sa ibang bansa. Mga ganon. But
Mm-mm.
uh, on a pageant observer's point of view, ang ginawa mo is yung mga stones na binato sa'yo, you use them to build your own castle. And you worked
Mm.
hard for your
Yeah,
you
I
worked
think that
hard
was the
when you're
plan
here.
naman all along. Whether I had that problem or not, I always intended to really use my reign to the maximum, like as much as I can. I really wanted to maximize it, knowing that I also only have 10 months. Because since my pageant was December instead of October or November, um, because they're gonna celebrate, I mean, they're gonna do the pageant here in the Philippines. So they had to do it on the normal schedule, which is October, November. So that's why I was only given exactly like 10 months. So I was like, I'm not, just I am I like um I really made sure that I was useful
Yeah,
everywhere or anywhere I go. Like it's actually in my contract then that if I visit somewhere, I have to have at least one environmental activity.
activity.
Of course, as long as it's the schedule permits, but as much as possible we have to. Like that's why I lost count. I used to name the trees that I
Plant.
plant. I used to count them. And then I stopped counting eventually because there was just too many. I planted mangroves, trees, seedlings, to even apricot, like big, like from the smallest to the biggest to the weirdest. At the weirdest time with heels. And even at night, like they would make. I remember in Sri Lanka, they made me and Brittany, my Miss USA, my Miss Water,
That's water.
plant in the middle of a hotel. Like
Okay.
at
Among all
night
the
at like
travels,
7 p.m. So,
uh,
sorry,
among all the travels mo during your reign, what was the most memorable?
favorite.
Favorite.
All of them has really different. Um, like I sorry, I had like different experiences, beautiful experiences in every trip. There's good and bad also actually,
Mhm.
but I think in terms of warmth, it's like the hospitality, like us Filipinos. I was really surprised with Sri Lanka. So nice. They're so generous. They're so nice. Aside from Vietnam, who gives me so much flowers every time I visit, I think it was also Sri Lanka when I received flowers like every 2 3 hours. And then I just had my whole couch just filled with flowers, and I couldn't even
Flowers.
bring home. But they brought me so much joy. Like, and it's a thing for them to give you flowers in a basket. So it's really nice. As for experience, like something new and something memorable, because the first country that I went to as Miss Earth, it was Reunion Island. It's one of the countries that I didn't even know existed until the pageant. Like, oh, there's Reunion Island. Where is this? And then they invited me, and I was so thankful. I remember flying in a small, like, two-seater plane, and then it was almost sunset, and it was just so beautiful. Like one side was the Indian Ocean, and then the other side was just mountains. It's it's magical. It's really magical. It's really an experience of a lifetime. That's why I'm actually a little, like a little sad for the 2020 queen and even the
Mhm.
2019 winner that she didn't get to experience the same. But we cannot really compare because there is a pandemic. That's a fact, and I think people will be more understanding and less harsh. That
Yes.
we really cannot have the same things as like before. But I consider this edition. It's our 20th anniversary. I just consider it a special edition of Miss
Mhm.
Earth, or or any any competition or pageant at that. So smart for Miss International to move, huh? Good for you guys.
Next year, yeah, we have to. We were the first one actually to announce it. You know that we
I
were.
know. I love this Japanese efficiency. I love Japan, by the way. You have no idea. Oh my god.
But
Actually, when I found out that Pongkan was going to Japan during her, I was like, how come I didn't get Japan during my time? So near.
like
Yeah,
especially the 20th
I love
anniversary edition of
Japan.
of Miss Earth. What can you say about the virtual pageant that you're gonna plan for this year?
Well, I've hosted a couple of pre-pageants for the local one. We've successfully executed it. I was actually surprised. At first, I was one of those people who was very skeptical because I feel like it wasn't, necessary to have the pageant anymore because everyone's like just, it's a mess. Like people are dying, people are getting sick. Like I feel like that's not the priority. But eventually, um, I got to understand um, the point of Tita Lorraine of pushing it forward. Miss Earth, the core and the soul of the pageant is to spread awareness about the environment. And people right now, because of the pandemic, are at home on their phones, on their laptops, on their screens, watching. And this is actually quite the perfect opportunity to reach out to these people, to be more, you know, loving towards the environment. And I understand now why she pushed for it. As long as you still follow protocols, you still um, follow rules, as long as everyone is safe, I think we were able to pull it off. So I just don't know how they're gonna pull off this international one because everyone has like different time
Time
zones.
zones.
But knowing Miss Earth, they're always resourceful. So I
Innovative.
wouldn't be surprised. Yes, we're
Yes.
trailblazers. We always try things first
Yep.
and then learn from it. So
Did you
and
get any
it
notice from
it
the
was
from?
also it it was also a perfect time not only to advocate about the environment, but we were also able to disseminate information about the pandemic.
Yeah.
They were able to find a space where we could merge both successfully.
I'm
So
just
it was good.
curious if the Miss Earth organization or Carousel Productions have already informed you about your future role with the
Not
international
yet. Not
virtual
yet.
pageant. Not yet.
Yeah, usually you know that when it's near.
Yeah.
Because me, for example, like they asked me in Miss Philippines Earth, they asked me to ask one question for one of the finalists, but I only found out I knew that I was gonna ask a question, but I don't know the question yet.
Hmm.
So what they did, they're sneaky. They already asked the girls, I think, the finalists. They already asked the question. They didn't really get to see her faces, but they already asked the question. So the girls' answer is like right there, right now. Like there's no
Mhm.
leak. You won't have the leak of the questions already. Like when they asked us to record our question, competition was done.
Ah,
So
it was just
like
edited
we
in such a
only
way na parang that
yes.
it seems that it
Yes,
has
because it's
to
not
be
live. It's not live anymore.
yeah.
The coronation was live, but the I know it wasn't live. It wasn't live. It was a day before, I think. So it was really
Maybe
tight.
the
There's no
announcement of
chance
winners
to
was live.
the announcement was live.
Yeah.
I think the announcement was live.
The others
Ah
like the
no, I don't think so.
I
Actually,
think
I'm
they
not
were on
sure
Zoom,
anymore.
tapos tinape
Yeah,
na
they
lang
were in
yata nila.
yeah, they
Zoom.
taped
Yep.
the other segments and then edited it in such a way
Yeah.
that it would look like a reality show. I don't know if
Yeah.
fully crafted. If that's the
Yeah,
right
yeah.
term.
It's quite smart. Quite smart.
And now, ito na siguro yung last question ko related to your reign. So earlier you mentioned that while you were the reigning Miss Earth, you were also finishing your studies. And
Oh
um,
yeah.
d- during the last day of your reign, it was also the day that you graduated from college. So in the morning you marched down with your toga,
Yeah,
and in
it's
the
like a
evening,
back to back also.
back-to-back graduation for you. So how was the feeling na parang magtatapos na yung chapter na yun ng buhay mo, both the studies and as Miss Earth?
I was I was so happy, but I was also a little scared Because during that time when I was preparing for Miss Earth and when I was Miss Earth, I really gave it my all. Like I was, I embraced the role. I and the time when I had a month, I think that I don't have an international um commitment. I That's when I went back to school and finished the last subject, the defense. The thesis defense. Because I was like, I'm not gonna waste any time. Like it's here, it's now. Let's try it. And then I did my defense alone. I don't have partners or anything. I just wanted to like get it over with because I really promised. I promised my mom because my mom is a single mom. I really promised her that I will finish no matter what. Like even before I joined Miss Earth, that was the priority, and I never forgot that. So yeah, I was scared. I was scared a little, but it just really came with the sense of fulfillment. It was really a beautiful day. Like I actually made my parents proud. So
Mhm.
it was a magical moment for all of us. It's a beautiful memory.
Yeah. And I have to ask, yung favorite ko na look mo ever is your final look, yung final
The
walk of
white
Miss
one.
Earth. Yes, the white one.
There's a story. That wasn't my gown, but it
Really?
looked like it was made for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember I got a call or a text. Can you hear that? Sorry.
I can hear it.
I remember.
May shooting ba dyan?
Ngayon lang kasi nagkita-kita. I have my lawyer
After
here
a
with
long
me.
time with the
Yeah,
pandemic.
we had. Yeah, because no, we're talking business actually.
Oh,
Because when they found out that I was, that we yeah, I'm actually at the Secret Lounge, my nail and lash salon here in BGC. So yeah, they came over to discuss business, and now they're still there. So sorry for the noise, you guys.
it's okay.
But
Hello.
going back, where was I?
The white
Where,
gown.
the gown. Yeah, I had got a call at like 5 a.m. 4:30, 5 a.m. that I need to go to the shop to to fit this gown because my original gown we could not finish it. They couldn't finish it on time, and I was like, I don't have time. I need to graduate. I need to be in PICC at 6 so I can line up for my 7 a.m.
Graduation.
graduation. Yeah, and then it was like, and then I told him, you know what? Of course, I was like, oh my god, what's wrong? Like why is my gown not finished? Like those were in my head, but then I was like, you know, because the designer is Leo, and I trust Leo, and I told him like, you know what? I was like, you know what? I think it was Richard who called me. You know what, Richard? Whatever that gown you have right now, no matter what it looks like, I'm gonna wear it no matter what it is. Like I trust you guys, and I'm gonna go for it. And then I haven't seen that gown. So so when I saw it in the afternoon, I was like, oh my god, like this is so beautiful. Like it's as if like it was made for me. The thing is, they've only shot that for a photo shoot. I mean, they only used that for a photo shoot,
Oh, the
but
shoot.
no one has ever really like used it for an event. So it was still perfect. And when they put it when I tried it on, I was like, oh my god, the length is perfect. I didn't have to go there to have it
Mhm.
fixed or anything. And I think I remember wearing two gowns because I was told like I will have two exposures. One is they will interview me and then I'll do the final walk. But they canceled the interview, and I was like,
Interview.
they wanted me to do the final walk, but I was still wearing my first gown. I was like, no, like you'll have no one walking outside if I don't change my gown. I was like, I need to change the gown. Like I cannot, I will not go. I was almost crying already, and then my stylist like, just don't panic. Like let's. So the nearest door, I was like already undressing, and then our stylist, like the associate, was like running to get the other gown, and then I put it on, and then that was it. Like so, it had a lot of drama, but
But
it was
it really
perfect.
looked
That's
perfect
why
for
I was
you.
like, yeah, it was perfect, and it was perfectly styled. Jana did a magnificent job styling me with the even with the simple earrings. It was like because the gown was like so beautiful already, and a simple like earrings just made it so perfect. And Maori also did an amazing job with my hair, my makeup. So it was a perfect ending. It was a perfect ending. I wanted to say so much more in my farewell speech, but you're only given like less than a minute, so you can only say so much. But it was magical. Um Imelda was so lucky to get the to be the successor.
And
I
now,
really
yeah,
I still believe that she's one of the prettiest faces in pageantry, or
I agree.
she's probably one of the prettiest Miss Philippines Earth that ever won. She's
Si
really
Imelda
beautiful.
And
lang ang actually, Imelda was the only Miss, aside from Sandra Cypher, was the only Miss Philippines Earth na na-predict ko na mananalo. Because
It was so crystal clear.
palagi akong mali.
It was so it was really crystal clear.
during her
She was
year, oh,
yeah,
um,
she was really really strong. I also like one girl aside from her, but she's just she's a bombshell. She's really shining. You cannot miss her.
speaking of Imelda, naalala ko tuloy yung gown mo nung final walk mo sa Miss Philippines Earth. The blue one.
Yes, that's also Leo Almadar.
Yes. Ayan. And now, nandito
Mm-mm.
na tayo sa portion na favorite ni Stephen, which is the fast
The
talk.
fast
We'll
talk.
give you
Yes.
Oh,
names of events or people or places, and
okay,
then
hold on.
just give
Let
us,
me grab my. Sorry. Yeah, go 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 go.
yeah.
I'm
And
I'm
then
listening. I'm just gonna get the charger so to
uh,
make sure that okay, game.
just give us the first word that comes out of your mind when you hear this words.
Okay.
Ayan. So the first word is Iloilo.
Ha, ako nga palangga. Iloilo is my palangga. I'm born in Manila, but I always consider myself also as an Ilongga because
Palanga,
whoever I am today,
my love.
like yeah, palangga, my love. I learned it from there. Like Iloilo is my home.
Mhm. Next is Binibining Pilipinas.
First,
First.
first experience. It really
Mhm.
opened my eyes. It Binibining Pilipinas gave me one of my best, like few of my bestest actually friends, whom I'm still
Mhm.
friends until now. And then aside from that, like it really opened my eyes to taking care of myself more. I didn't know. I know. Well, of course, your parents always say, "Oh, anak, you're so beautiful," but I didn't know that I could still improve. It was Bini Bini Pilipinas who um, really opened my eyes to improving myself.
Mhm. Lady Lynn Riva.
Oh, my best friend, my baby. She's my sister. She's a
Yeah. Miss
sister to
Earth.
me.
Miss Earth.
My pride.
Mhm.
It's a dream come true.
Yeah. Carla Henry.
Oh, Kalay. Do I need to say just one word, or am I
It's up
reacting
to you.
okay? I forgot.
Okay lang.
The first thing that comes into your mind right away.
Okay. Well, Kalay, for me, she's a support. Like, she's always been supportive of all of us. Like, you can always ask Kalay anything, from from the most shallow to the deepest, like, questions that you have or that bothers you. Kalay just have this wisdom. Kasi, like, she's just overwhelming of wisdom. And,
Mhm. Jamie Harrell.
oh, Jamie. Jamie is, like I mentioned earlier, she really became my rock. She still remains one of my close friends.
Mhm. Austria.
Austria has a special place in my heart. I've always dreamed of going back, but how? Not in a time like
Ashley.
this. But I will definitely go back, and I would actually go back when it's not that cold, not during
Mhm.
winter. I want to
Yeah.
experience Austria not
Summer.
snowing. But
Go there in
I
summer.
yeah, but I experienced my first snow in Austria in
This night.
I think Dachstein. Oh, I still
Okay.
have photos. Like I wrote on a car. I said I saw my first snow today, and then I put the date. And I made my
Next
first
is
snowman.
uh, next is Karen Ibasco.
Karen, she's an inspiration for me. Um, I remember she was reaching out to me, asking me if if do I think she has a shot in Miss Earth? Because I think that was a time when she just finished Binibini, and I think she also joined. She did an application both on both. Kasi like she applied for Miss Earth, and she also applied for Binibini, and she got accepted in Binibini. And the next year that she was joining, she was actually worried if Carousel would still be welcoming of her because the previous year she chose
Binibini.
to proceed with Binibini than Miss Earth. And I told her like, knowing Carousel, we like Miss Earth doesn't really look into that. Like we're not like that. Like it's all about like how serious the girl is. Because we always say that this is really a really long process of um, like a job interview. It's a job. Like being Miss Earth is a job. It's not just glitz and glamour. Like being Miss Earth actually requires a lot of like labor work,
Labor
like
of
hard
love.
work, labor of love. That's
I know.
true. Like
The,
you'll be surprised of the things that you can do. But you're by the end of the day, you love it. You go home fulfilled. That's the thing. That's what I felt like every time I do something or any activity when we do like visiting schools and stuff. Like I always go home with sense of fulfillment. So yeah.
and next is Michelle Goff.
Ah, Colombiana, my bebe, like my sister from another mother, whatever. Michelle became my roommate for a year, so we became very close. I love that girl to bits, and I always tell her that she has family here with me, in the Philippines. I know she misses home so much, but it's just impossible to come back or go back there right now. But um, I want to let her know, she already knows that her panda, because we call each other panda, we're called the Clumsy Pandas because we're both really clumsy, and we always end up like having bruises all over our body. So that's why we became pandas. So I always have her back.
And finally, Miss Lorraine Chok.
Oh, she's a mother more than our boss. She's a mother first. She always um, um, takes care of us, makes sure that we're okay. Um, she has inspired us also in so many ways. Um, Without her, there'd be no Miss Earth. Like, um, I really look up to her. Um, she's whatever Miss Earth has achieved, it's because of her. It's because she had the courage to pave the way for us. Like just so proud of her. Like Miss Earth is such a young pageant, but it has gone so long already. I mean, like it's part of the alpha pageant. What more can you ask for?
And now at this point, I would like to pass the mic to Stephen for his
My
usual
question.
question.
Oh, you also have your list? Oh,
No.
alam
I
may
only
list
have
eh.
one question basically. Like how this is for you specifically for you and for all the beauty queens that we ask actually here on Beauty Talk. How do you
Mhm.
see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years?
Probably I see myself as a mom. I'm already in that stage that I'm already looking forward to that. Maybe not anytime soon, but I see myself having a family. And also recently, I've already tried to venture into businesses as well. And
Plug mo yung business
definitely
mo.
in 5 to 10 years, I've probably already traveled half of the world at least. I love traveling. It's just I enjoy it. I enjoy it so much. Discovering new places, meeting new people. It's always been my thing. I'm just not very good in documenting things because I'm more like I live in the moment kind of girl. I need someone to document things for me.
Facebook
But
does that.
I should try. Oh, I said like I'm not. I still yet to learn about these tricks in social media. Like sometimes there will be days I won't post anything and people forget. But like it's I, I feel like there's still so much to explore and to know. But I
Mhm.
think that's where really see myself. And of course, I'd still continue my advocacies. Um, environment has always been my passion, and I'm looking forward to like making projects still with it. Speaking engagements will still be there. Actually, me and Michelle and our stylist Jano Novenario, we're actually trying to cook something up before this quarantine ends, or before this year ends. We're trying to launch something that's and like like just it's not super environmental, but at least it touches that as well. So I'm looking forward. I'll share more with you guys when I actually, you know,
I
when it's
think you should
ready.
plug mo na
Right
yung business
now,
mo right now when you have the chance.
oh, oh yeah, yeah. Right now, you can see like it's a little tropical here,
Uh-huh.
but I'm not home. This is actually from the Secret Lounge. It's a nail and lash salon that we have here in BGC. I have a few more partners with me, and right now we're closed because well, it's still MECQ. But once that's lifted, we're open Monday to Sunday, and only with strictly by appointment because we're only allowed 30% at a time because your safety is still our priority. So yeah, that's what I've been up to lately.
Mhm.
So what
And yeah,
else? I think that's it for now. For now.
The next 3 to 5 years
uh,
lang yan na.
yeah, before I ask the final question, meron lang
Oh,
interesting question from the live feed.
Mhm.
It's from
sige,
Benj,
go.
and he wants to ask, if given the chance to post for photos with Kylie, Megan, and Pia, would you do it? Fans have always been waiting for that, but it sadly didn't happen.
Mm.
I don't know if they still want me for that shoot because I think usually when you do shoots like that, it should be like the recent winner, right? So I think it would probably be Karen. But well, of course, if I would be asked, I'd be happy. I mean, we're all we've all shared the same somehow journey representing the country, and I know that the fans have been craving for this for the longest time. Like, why would I not agree to that? I'd be happy for sure. We tried before.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
actually shot it, but it didn't come out.
Mhm. And another interesting, hindi na natin
I won't get
ungkatin.
into that.
Hindi na natin
But
ungkatin.
Baka may intriga.
yeah,
Later off
it's
record.
okay. I'm
Yeah.
not nothing to hide naman na. I mean, I have nothing to hide.
There's another interesting question, nakaka-post lang din. Because you mentioned kanina na you want to travel half of the world in the next
At
three to
least
five years.
half.
So
Oh my god.
someone asked, it's Jason, and he asked, where's your dream destination?
Oh, I cannot have just one. It's because I love to travel. I have like a bunch of checklists. I do want to see the Northern Lights in Iceland, probably. I want to see the pyramids of Egypt. Um, where else? Well, I do want to go to Paris. It's been a lifelong dream. I almost, but did not. I want to tour around Europe for sure. And I also want to explore Asian countries. I kind of want to check North Korea. I'm just curious because they
Crash
actually
landing on you by
hold.
Anne.
Yeah, I mean, well, yes, that's one big influence. But they do have tours kasi talaga. They have
They do.
tours there. I just want to go as much as I can, but I do want to go to places where you can only find there, like for example, like the aurora borealis, the northern lights. You can see it at certain countries only. So I'd love to experience those things. Maybe I want to go Morocco as well, Cappadocia in Turkey, and ride one of the balloons there. Greece. I heard that Greece has beautiful sunsets. Maybe Mykonos. Um, where else? Oh gosh, there's just so many things. I also wanna check because I went to Thailand and Vietnam already, but it was always for work. So when I go there, it's always the hotels.
Yeah.
I never really got to immerse in the culture that much. So I wanna see their natural, their beaches as well, because I really love the beach, by the way. I'm a sucker for sunsets by the beach. That's my favorite. Like, I can handle mountains, of course, but I do love, like, beaches, really. Like, I growing up from Iloilo, beaches are very near. Like, you drive a little bit an hour, then you're already somewhere in Villa,
One.
Tigbawan, Guimaras, you're already there. So, yeah, like, I know, I guess I didn't really answer the question well, but I
Kasi
like,
marami.
there's just,
There's still so
yeah,
there's
I
so
Just too
cannot
many.
just
many.
choose
Just too
one.
Uh,
many.
I still want to go back to Japan. I feel like I've been to Japan twice, but I feel like there's still more.
So
There's
many
just so
to
much,
discover
agree.
in
even
here.
here, and even here in our own country, like, there's just
Even the
so many things
Philippines.
I want to still
Yeah.
see.
Mhm. Yeah.
Agree.
But yeah, so yeah, those are the countries that I want to go.
And now, the final question. For us pageant fans, we always remember you as one of the most hardworking Miss Earth winners. But how do you want people to remember Angelia Ong?
I think because you said that I'm already working, I'm very happy to hear that, because that's what I was really going for. I wanted to be remembered as the Miss Earth who did her job, you know. And it's music to my ears when you were saying, like, about the article in the past that you guys made for me, like, expectations beyond expectations, and that's really really nice to hear, because I know that in my heart, that I've really, really worked hard for it, in all sincerity as well. Like, you, my rain, there's no fake in my rain. Like, what you see is what you get, and it's as authentic as it can be. So I want to be remembered as this authentic Filipina girl who just, conquered Earth, at least Europe. Just
Thank
by being
you.
myself, because they always ask that, like, what do you
Uh,
think, like, made you win? And I always tell them, like, I was just being myself. And that's what I also tell the girls who, like, aspire to be beauty queens. I told them, like, you need to be authentic, you need to be yourself, because no one else is going to be you. So just embrace that, tweak a little, maybe, to improve, but don't lose yourself in the process. So yeah, that's how I wanted to be remembered.
Thank you, Angelia,
Thank you very much.
for
Thank you,
agreeing to do
guys.
this interview with us.
Of
Thank you. And
course,
I
thank you for
really have to
having me
say
as
I'm so sorry
well.
because I was like because in 2015 I think it was just like my emotion was just too much being, being friends with one of the
Bella.
contestants.
So, I love her. Tell her I said
But
hi.
to be fair with Bella, she was so happy when you won. She didn't have any
Hard
bad words
feelings.
about you. Because I spent 12 days in Mongolia with her. A year
Yeah.
after, before she went to Miss World. So like during that time, that was 2015 anyway. But I can say it like with no kaplastikan. that yeah, in 2015, one reason why we were just so upset was because she didn't make it to the top 8. But it's not because we were upset that you won. It's like, we
Mhm.
wanted her to be in the top 8 at least.
I understand because even I wanted her to be in the top.
Yeah, but it was also a lesson
But it
learned
was
for her. It was a lesson learned for her
oh
because of the Miss Earth experience kasi she was able to pull in her fan base for Miss World, which was next year.
yeah,
It was also a blessing
yeah.
for her
Tell
and for
her,
her country.
for me personally, I love her with her hair down.
Yeah,
She
we
has
actually discussed
beautiful
about this.
hair.
It should have been more natural na lang sana.
Hmm.
Yeah, it did
Well,
it.
I didn't hate the hair, but I just feel like because I was with her the whole month, I just feel like her best look was
Feel
when
like
her hair was
history
down.
down.
Like
She has round
just like
face.
yeah, she does actually. But that's very Mongolian though. Like
Yeah,
it's round and high cheeks. Kasi that's
yeah. It's
like
very naturally Mongolian.
she's Mongolia.
Yeah, it's just
Like
Mongolia.
my God, I
She
can't
really had
wait for her
wonderful
to
words about
finally.
you. Yeah. So
Oh, that's nice.
maybe you could
I'm looking
collaborate with
forward.
her because she's still very
I
active
would
in
love
advocacy.
to. I would love to.
She's not
I
so active on
remember when she
Facebook
posts,
though,
it's
but
like,
you can check on
ha-
her Instagram.
yeah, on Instagram, she always has this hashtag Pura Vida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, Angelia, just a message to all the Earthlings out there.
Oh
Yes,
my
the
gosh,
wonderful
lovely
Earthlings who have been
Earthling.
so diehard defender of Angelia and the Miss Earth Award.
Well, we won't be surviving this much without you guys. And I just want to thank you for all of the support that you selflessly give us in Miss Earth. Um, you guys are the reason why we still move forward and we still do the things we do. It's because we have people like you who continues to believe in the advocacy and believe in the girls. Um, we couldn't ask for better supporters. So thank you so much. Just know that you guys are appreciated. Um, looking forward for all of us. Looking forward for the day that we could all meet once again and have like a simple gathering just to catch up and get to know your queens, I guess. So just know that for now, the priority is to be safe. So I hope you guys are safe at home. Don't go out as much. Always wear your masks. Let's protect each other so that when it's okay to step out in the future, we can all finally embrace one another. So also I'd like to thank, of course, Missosology, Stephen and Drew. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to catch up with the fans. And also you guys, like the pageant media are so amazing. You guys just made this industry way better than it used to. You guys give the girls inspiration to do better all the time. Like, I was told before, like, you don't have to like look, like one of the conditions, like, don't look at the leaderboards yet. Like
Okay.
it's so stressful for the girls, like, oh my god, am I gonna be there, am I not gonna be there? But the thing is, I know you do these things to push the girls, to inspire them, and there's nothing wrong with that. Thank you for also selflessly and tirelessly helping our industry um,
Thank
to be
you.
better.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you. Thank you for
also
the
know that
much.
you guys are also appreciated. Like Missosology is a um, pillar of pageantry. So
Yeah,
thank
that's
you
where
so
I
much, you
started.
guys.
I have to say, because without Missosology, I wouldn't be in the Miss International Organization right now. I wouldn't have met wonderful people all over the world
Mhm.
as well, like,
Agree.
Mela, for
I'm
example.
looking forward. I wanted to watch Miss International one time because
One
I
day,
was.
yeah, please come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll let you know. No, I was there in 2 years ago. I only had a few days. I was thinking of like staying because it was your competition already, but I could not. I needed to come back in. Right. But anyways, Thank you,
So,
guys. Thank you so
Thank
much.
next year,
you. Thank you,
hopefully,
Angelia,
will be,
for this.
hopefully everything is going to be okay na, and we can have a live pageant. Thank you so much, Angelia,
Thank you,
for
guys.
your
Good
time.
night.
To all the
Good
viewers,
night,
thank you for watching.
guys. Thank you to all of the viewers of Missosology. Salamat po.